Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is the Trading Card Frog, and today I'll be your host. Today we are opening the final box. We are opening the 5th booster box, celebrating the 25th anniversary when it comes to reprints of the original sets, and this one is Invasion of Chaos. This is a box loved by a lot of people because this box changed the game forever. It allowed a lot of decks to start special summoning easily some very powerful monsters, and those monsters would be actually boss monsters, not just some weaker, low-level monsters. These would be some very capable boss monsters, like Chaos Sorcerer, like Chaos Emperor Dragon, and like Blackluster Soldier. This deck would allow you to summon these big bodies with very powerful effects, and that would not even stop you for one turn, the time it takes to, set up something. You could easily bring them out on turn 1 or 2 depending on your deck. So it's a very important set for those cards mentioned. And also, obviously, there are other very powerful cards. For example, Demok here. Very good monster. Back then it was broken. It got a Rotod. So nowadays it's a little less broken. But back in the days, I mean, you could recycle it and then get some free spells all the time. It was so good. Obviously, this is also the deck in which so much banishment, so, removing from play, occurred. It was such a great set. You have common cards like Smashing Ground, which would just blast a monster off the field. Curse of Darkness, which would make people lose life points depending on if they played spells or not. Sacred Crane, which would make you draw cards, and it's light, so it's good for chaos strategies. Like, these were so good. Grand Maju at the time was not as playable as it is now, but it became so playable so fast. I'll actually put these aside for the special collaboration event. But yeah, anyways. No, this is an insane set, and we'll be going through it. Hopefully, there are a few cards I want to see pulled. Obviously, Chaos Emperor Dragon and Blackluster Soldier are two cards that I really want to see. One for my collection is the Dragon, and the other one for the little special event collaboration thing that I've mentioned in the previous videos with my friend, so that, we can play it and actually have a good odd of winning. That is such a great card. Self-destruct button, I played that a lot back in the days because I used a lot of burn decks, and when my opponent would start winning, I would use this. It was a fun time. Heart of the Underdog as well was a very played card for a while. There were strategies using it. Let's keep going. We are 3 packs in. We have no foils, but we have some very good nostalgic and playable cards from back then. Inferno was very good as well, for fire decks, obviously. Getsu Fuma at that time became very good real fast. It was searchable through Reinforcement of the Army. I believe Reinforcement was already out at this point. And it beat Fiend and Zombie decks, and zombies were powerful at this point in time. Dedication Through Light and Darkness. That is our first foil, and it's a super rare. Tribute 1 Dark Magician, special summon 1 Dark Magician of Chaos from your hand, deck, or graveyard. That was a very powerful card for Demox and or Dark Magician decks in general back then. It wasn't something I saw played too much. When you think about it, Dark Magician wasn't the most relevant deck, but in the playground, a lot of people used to actually love playing this, because obviously in the playground, a lot of people just loved playing Dark Magician. It's the main character's ace monster. Boganian, decent burn dark monster, it's not bad. Thunder Crash, Burning Alia, Chain Disappearance. I remember playing this a bit back in the days. It was good against a few decks, depending on what they were playing. Fenrir, also a playable card. Tower of Babel. No, these are all very playable cards. This deck allowed you to summon, or special summon, so easily compared to the previous decks. It's just insane. Ryukuki, very powerful card for zombie decks. This helped zombies become so good so fast. DD Borderline, Earth Chant, Prickle Fairy, Stray Lambs, also something played by a few people back then. Obviously, you cannot summon other monsters if you activate this card. So, you know, it was more of a stall strategy, but burn decks used to, you know, stall quite a bit, let's say it like that. Big Koala, Skullmark Ladybug, that was a way to get some life points, because it says when this card is sent to the graveyard, it does not need to be sent by battle. So if it was discarded, you would gain life points, and a few cards did make you discard back in the days. For example, your opponent could make you discard through cards like Delinquent Duo, but you could also discard this via Lightning Vortex, which came out just a bit later, and you would gain life points. It's easy plussing. Ultra Evolution Pill with no foils, that's fine though. Sacred Crane again, I'll put that aside. I don't remember how many I need for the collaboration event. I might as well talk about the collaboration event again. Okay? It's not too late to talk about it. So the goal is to open all 5 of the different boxes from this reprint wave, and we opened 2 displays of the Legendary Collection reprint thing, and with all those cards pulled on each of our sides, respective sides, we are making a GOAT format deck to actually play against one another. It's going to be a fun time. You guys should look forward to it. Stealth Bird was used a lot for burn decks with, Gravity Bind. Enraged Battle Locks, not bad. Ooh, we have our first Ultra. Sadly, it's not an Ultra I wanted to see. It's actually one of the worst pulls we could have gotten, value-wise at least. Black Tyranno. Hey, Manjo to 10,000 hands. That's also good for ritual decks. When this card is normal flipped, you can add the ritual monster or a ritual spell. You know what? We might go the Chaos Ritual way. That might be fun. Anyways, back on topic. Black Tyranno. I used to love playing dinosaur decks. I just played so many dinosaur decks back in the days because they were badass. Look at this bad boy. It's very powerful. And a lot of the dinosaur stuff back then was powerful as well. When you consider, you know, the meta back then, when the dinosaur structure deck came out, it was good. It wasn't meta, but it was good. And then eventually came out the fire dinosaur, the Jirax, and that was fun. So yeah, you know, Sylphid again, Witch Doctor, Dark Triceratop, a decent dinosaur, 1 tribute, 24 piercing, very nice. Gora, Dimension Distortion. Okay, well, at least, you know, Black Tyranno is a fun, nostalgic pull. Sadly, this takes away one of the 2 chances we had at getting BLS. But, you know, might as well keep going. We'll see if we get it. We might still get it. Mad Dog of Darkness, very powerful dark monster from back then. You know, dark, 1900 attack. Before this card came out, only Gemini Elves. Is it Gemini Elves? Yeah, I think those were the only 1900 attack dark monster back then. That wasn't like Zombie Red the Dark, which lost attack points per attack. Anyways, this is a decent card. Second super pulled, Wild Nature's Release. Target a beast, Beast Warrior. It gains attack equal to its current defense, and if it does, it is destroyed during the end phase. So, you know, this is to push through, deal some more damage. Gale Lizard was pretty decent as well, back in the days at least. You know, flipping and returning is always decent, but the fact that it had more than 1,000 attack compared to Penguin Soldier helped it a bit to see some play in the more casual scene. You know, the scene where people didn't have a lot of money in the playground, for example. Let's see if we can get something exceptional, because as of yet, we're doing okay. Like, we see some very nice nostalgic pulls, we see some very good commons and rares, but we haven't seen any wow foils. We have Fuma Shuriken, and that's it for that pack. Fuma Shuriken for ninjas. There weren't that many ninjas back in the days that I remember. It was Strike Ninja, which I believe is the card in the back here. Giving it 700 attack is nice, because I believe it attacked directly in some scenarios. It's also an Ultra in this set, I think. Hopefully we're not going to pull Strike Ninja. I think we already pulled it in the Legendary Collection displays openings. But yeah, hopefully we're not going to pull that, because I don't want to make a deck around that. Chaos Sorcerer, that is good. I think we already had 2 or 3, but you know, it's still a good card. Yeah, okay. Getsu Fuma and nice. Okay. I'll just put all of these aside. Put Getsu in its respective spot. This is getting sleeved right away. This is probably the most or second most expensive card in this set with BLS, but BLS is actually playable nowadays. This card is just beautiful and nostalgic as fuck. Chaos Emperor Dragon in Void of the End. Obviously, it is not first edition, duh, but this is insane. It got a Rotod a while back, but still, this is wild. Must be special summon from your hand by banishing a light and a dark monster from your graveyard. Once per turn, you can pay 1,000 life points and as many cards in both players' hands and on the field as possible to the graveyard, then inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each card sent to the opponent's graveyard by this effect. You cannot activate other cards or effects during the turn you activate this card's effect. So before, the last part wasn't there, so you could still do stuff. Like, you wiped the board, wiped the hands, inflicted damage, and profited, because usually you would do that with, for example, Sengan or whatever. And at that point, well, Sengan being sent to the graveyard would give you free search, which you could then normal summon and poke with. But a lot of those searches could be very powerful cards. So your opponent without a hand, well, they would be stuck with hopefully drawing an out to whatever he searched, but, you know, they would already be at a big disadvantage at that point. Okay, this makes up for all the bad pulls as of yet. This is an insane pull. It was banned in GOAT format, so sadly this will not be I won't be able to use this in the battle with my friend, but it's the best secret you could pull out of the two. I think the other one was Invader of Darkness, right? That's BLS that we want to pull as well. That's Manticore, another Ultra in this set. That's Demok. Okay, they don't actually have it on there. I guess it's a secret. You shouldn't see it. Anyways, hopefully we're not going to pull it, because I don't want to pull that crap. Compulsory, that's good. Manju again, that's nice as well. Compulsory, very good. Very nice. That's that's not in the right pile. There we go. But yeah, I mentioned this, I think, in the Spell Ruler box, where we could get Senju at 1,000 hand, but Manju at 10,000 hand is also a very good option for Chaos Ritual decks, because this can search whichever one you don't already have in your hand. You can search the Ritual Monster or the Ritual Spell. So you can, you know, use this, for example, in a Relinquished deck. If you have already the spell or the monster, you summon this, get the other one, use the spell to search, not to search, but to tribute this guy to get Relinquished on board, steal your opponent's monster, you profit that turn from that battle, but then on the opponent's turn, whether they get rid of Relinquished or not, if they do get rid of it, that's, you know, it happens, doesn't really matter, but if they do not get rid of it, you can tribute it on your next turn to summon some powerful one tribute monster, and then you can easily summon Chaos Sorcerer, banishing this light and the Relinquished, which is dark. So, you know, very easy to use in this kind of a setup, you know. Sadly, I don't think we're gonna be able to do that. I don't remember all our pulls from the Legendary Collection thing, but we only have, from our one Spell Ruler box, we only have one Relinquished and one of its Ritual Spell, Chain Disappearance, and what? What? No way! We pulled 2 secrets in one box and it's the best secret of the set? Oh shit! Okay, this is epic. What the frick? This does not happen. Wow! We've pulled 2! It's not playable, but it's insane. In all the other boxes we've opened, which are 4 other boxes, and I've opened 2 already off camera, so out of 6 boxes we've only pulled 1 secret per box, which is the usual ratio for this set, as I've seen also on other YouTubers' videos. But this 2 secrets in one box, and it's the Chaos Emperor Dragon and Void of the End. Oh, it was meant to be, but it's so sad I cannot use it in the event thing. Oh, this is insane. Wow. Getsu Fuma, that's our 3rd one. That's probably going to be used, actually, because, you know, Dark, 1700 attack, and able to beat Fiends. I don't know what my opponent's gonna play, but Fiends and Zombies, I kind of want to get rid of those. So yeah, that might see some play in our little event deck thing. I'm still shaking inside because of the Chaos Emperor Dragon pulls. Insane luck on that. Chaos Sorcerer, Ultra Evolution Pill. We're doing okay with the Chaos Sorcerers. These two plus whatever we pulled before, definitely we already have 3 for the deck. I think we're only allowed 2 though in gold format. I don't quite remember. I think we're only allowed 2. I'll have to check. Ryu Kaki, not a bad pull either. Earth Chant, Burning, Drillago, and our third super, DD Designator. Declare a card name. Look at your opponent's hand, and if they have the declared card in their hand, remove from play that one card. If they do not have that card, remove play one random card in your hand. This might see some play actually, now that I think about it, because, well, I don't quite know what my opponent will be playing, but this is useful going first, for example, because if I don't want my opponent to have Mirror Force, or Solemn Judgment, or whatever, I might be able to get rid of that from their hand, or the same thing for Heavy Storm, Giant Shrunade, you know, very big staples that are not too difficult to get from our openings. You know, that could be useful. Stray Lambs again, that's not so awful. Or, you know, Chaos Sorcerer, if he's also playing a Chaos deck. If we each play 2, we have good odds of having it in our hand at some point. If I don't have anything in my hand when I play DD Designator, I have no risks. Might waste DD Designator, but, you know, it does allow me to look at my opponent's hand, so it's very good in this meta. Sasuke Samurai number 3, with nothing at the back. That's fine though, that's fine. Next pack. Here we go. Balloon Lizard. Soul Smashing again. Fuma Shuriken and nothing afterwards. Okay. Fuma, I'll put Smashing on the side. I don't remember how many we had before, but now we have at least 3 Smashing rounds pulled in this one video. We're still looking for 1 Ultra and 1 Super. I don't really care about which Super we pull at this point, but the Ultra, I really want to get the other, the other Chaos. You know, Blackluster Soldier. Berserk, and ooh, okay, we will not be getting Blackluster Soldier. We will be having Dimension Fusion. Pay 2,000 life points, both players special summon as many of the removed play monsters as possible. That's a big risk, depending on what my opponent is playing as well, but this could be useful in a lot of different decks. If I play Chaos, it's useful. If I play, for example, Earth, Water, Fire, or Wind, using cards like Gigantes and I don't know which other one, but whatever. Gigantes here, it does banish an Earth monster from my graveyard to summon itself. So, you know, if I played Earth deck, I could bring back the Earth monster I banished and be able to, you know, profit from that. So, it might be useful. Same for Sylphie, for example. Metaza the Zappa. This should have had either Samurai or Ninja in its name. Like, it should have had that. This would have been good with, for example, the Shuriken spell. Like this would have been good with that. Extra 700 damage, and it could inflict damage if it's popped, and this would have tapped twice for 2,000. Insane. That would have been good. But no, it's just Metaza the Zapper, and the effect doesn't say this card is always treated as a ninja or as a samurai card. It would have been so good otherwise, though. Spatial Collapse, Boganian, Robin Zombie, and Freed the Brave Wanderer is our final super rare. Okay, that's something, I guess. It is a light monster, so that's useful-ish for Chaos decks. Once per turn, you can banish 2 light monsters from your graveyard, then target 1 face-up monster in the field with higher attack than this face-up card, destroy the target. Not bad for mid-game. If my opponent does get a big monster and I still have some light monsters in my graveyard, it is a 1700 attack monster, but I could pop my opponent's boss monster and then attack for free 1700 attack. It's not bad, and it is a light, so if it does go in my graveyard for some reason, I'm still profiting from that. Okay, we have 2 packs left. Let's see if we can break the odds. I mean, we already did with the secret rares, but we did pull our 4 supers and 2 ultras. We pulled 2 secrets. I'm still not believing this shit. Destruction Ring with nothing on the end there. That's okay though. Destruction Ring is a good card. Destroy a face-up monster on your side of the field and take 1000 damage on both players' life points. It's not that useful, but it could win you a game. And next pack, final pack of the opening. What are we getting? Fiends and Mirror, Blasting the Runes, Witch Doctor of Chaos. Chaos Sorcerer, not bad. Lekunga as a rare, and that's about that. Well, Lekunga would be nice in a water deck, I guess. You would easily get some tokens out. Although it's not too useful, it is what it is. Okay, so this has been a box. It has been an insane box. Useful for the event with my buddy, not so much, but you know, it still is quite the box because of our ratios. We've pulled 2 insanely lucky secret rares. It could have been Invader of Darkness, but it has not been. It's been the better one of the 2. Insane luck here. Cannot believe this in one box. Our Ultras are a little lackluster, especially the Black Tyranno, but Dimension Fusion could see some play, I guess. It's not horrible. It's risky with a 2000 and depending on 2000 life points cost and depending on what my opponent has banished, but it could be good at some point. Wild Nature's Released is lackluster. Freed could see some play, I guess. DD Designator as well. And the Dedication Through Light and Darkness is just nostalgic stuff. Cannot complain about that. For our rares, we pulled quite a bit of good stuff, I guess. Mutaza is nice. Stray Lambs is fun. Getsufuma, Chain, Compulsory is very good at least. Mad Dog isn't bad either. You know, we have decent stuff. It's, you know, playable. We pulled also a lot of Smashing Grounds, Chaos Sorcerer, and Sacred Cranes. So, you know, a play set of each. That's very playable stuff right there. So, yeah, overall, pretty darn good box. Only thing that could have been better are the Ultras, but getting a second secret makes up for it. Honestly, just the 2 secrets pay for the box together, I think. So that's very lucky of us, because otherwise we would probably not have paid the box back. But yeah, anyways, it was a very fun time, very magical event, and yeah, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I know I did. It has been a pleasure, and ciao.
Few thanks to give. First, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, sub, bell, comment, share, etc. It really helps. Second, I want to give a big thanks to my friend BuddhaBelly42 for making the animation for the channel's intro. It is much appreciated. Go check him out on his social media accounts. Third, but not the least, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who supports me, my channel, and its mission, especially the ones on Patreon. You peeps out there are the ones making this work. On that note, follow me on my other social media accounts. Lots of bonus content to entertain you guys and gals, so check it out.